$100 where to get $70,500 here to get 500. Hey now, 70.
It was an all too common occurrence in the early 80s. Farmland selling at auction, bringing a fraction of the price it would have just a few years earlier. Land that had been handed down from generation to generation, reduced to a quick way to pay an overdue banknote. Hard times force hard choices. With high interest rates and low market prices taking a bite out of profits, the smart farmer looked for ways to bite back. From the swamps of Louisiana to Sayre, Oklahoma, Cletus Killian has diversified into the alligator business. In the early 80s, Cletus got caught up in the oil bust, like most of his neighbors. With the creditors circling, this former farmer decided it was time to put some teeth back into his bank portfolio. So he bought a truckload of these mean-looking reptiles and turned the hog barn into a gator pit. The hides bring money, as does gator meat. Business is good, but not as good as his other venture.
Man, watch out for the males. I'll go ahead and get the egg.
Okay.
Ostrich breeding is where Cletus and his wife Mary Ann make most of their money. Typically, the profits are just laying in the field, waiting to be picked up. The big trick is to distract the protective male bird, run into the pens, and swipe the eggs. The hens just drop them about anywhere. This is Gertrude. She's a lot like the hen that laid the golden egg. Her offspring are worth in excess of $3,000 apiece. And last year, old Gert dropped about $240,000 worth. Hatching ostriches was never this family's lifelong dream. The business was born out of necessity. Cletus is a regular old farmer at heart, but he's also a survivor. And in this economy, the conventional way just wasn't cutting it.
Well, I had an interest in John Deere Farm Machinery Agency at Elk City. And I was farming, and I was in the racehorse business, and I was also in the oil business. And that's about four of the worst things you could be in.
In another couple of days, these ostrich chicks will be ready to move outside. And a few weeks after that, they'll be sold to the highest bidder. For the Killians, this business is fun, lucrative, and garners a certain respect. Of course, it wasn't always that way. At first, there were some strange looks from the neighbors.
They thought we'd lost our mind.
How are they doing?
Well, I expected the men with the white coats to come after me any time.
Kurt Autry, News 4, Nightcast.